Hey guys, I'm Ethan Shapiro, and this is my YouTube channel. And we have been talking about How to Win Friends and Influence People, a book by Dale Carnegie. And as far as I know, this is episode 6 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, and episode or part 3 of How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking. So, point number 9. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. Right. So again, everyone in this world, everyone's an individual. Everyone's going to have their own ideas and everyone's going to want to desire different things. And I've talked about in several different videos how some people might desire a fast car and want to be a womanizer. Other people might be more of a family man. I definitely would consider myself more of like a family man kind of guy. Some people create these dreams and that's what their ideas are, these dreams, these visions they have of the world that they want to live in and the person that they want to be. And what Carnegie is suggesting is, little bump there, is to be sympathetic to people, which doesn't necessarily mean that you have to agree with someone's worldview, but be sympathetic in the sense that everyone comes from a different background, everyone comes from a different perspective, and being sympathetic meaning that you understand and respect that this person comes from a different point of view, and that if you were them, you had their ideas and desires, that you would be going after those ideas and desires. So this is how to win people to your way of thinking. You have to understand that they see the world in a different way from you and they desire different things. And that's okay. And you want to help people and support people to get to what they believe in their mind is what they want. So, and then the way to do that, is the way to get them to your way of thinking, would be to support getting them to their way of life, but in a better way, I suppose, if you're trying to win them to your way of thinking. Again, caveat: don't try and win people to your way of thinking if you hate yourself or if you think that you're a bad person. You don't want to be out there influencing people. I just don't think people would do that, but it goes on, doesn't it, everybody? So, got my pineapple shirt today. Very chill Saturday release. Number 11, appeal to nobler motives. Now, again, this is not try to win people to your way of thinking through fear. Try to coerce someone to think the way you want them to, or to get them to do what you want by saying, if you don't do this, there will be severe punishments. I think there's I don't know, what's like the Pavlov dog experiment, I think, where they ring the bell and the dog gets a certain behavior. So I personally believe in, obviously, the idea of positive information and encouraging people to do things so they feel good about their actions. So being noble is being appealing to a higher purpose, or a more good and just way of seeing things. So you want to again, it's all about this book is all about smiling, influencing people in a positive way, showing that you're not just another, you don't think they're just another tool in your belt. You see the person as a human. You want to improve their lives. The idea is doing business with me or thinking about the world the way I do is going to make your life more positive. So noble, a noble man is someone who's honorable, who does something for a better reason, for a higher purpose, whether it be my idea of enlightened self-interest, of trying to do good for others in order to help yourself. I think it's noble to try and go out and help other people. And so if you appeal to a more noble cause, someone will be, could be drawn to that idea. It's like, if you do this, your whole family is going to be better off, and all the families around you are going to be better off. If you figure out how to fix this problem, everyone's going to be better off. It's going to be a better world. It's going to be a world full of more people, because you're setting an example and being a good person by making these decisions. The world's going to be better because of you. That kind of stuff, to get people to start thinking about things in a more positive way, or the more towards the way you think about things. Just something to consider. Nothing's gospel in this life, guys. There's no like magic way to tell you this is how to be the best friend. This is how to do this. It's all schools of thought. It's all ideas of how to become better versions of yourself and how to improve the world around you through interacting with others in a positive way. It's theory, but as Carnegie can tell you, and all his students will tell you, that they really have found a way to stand out from the crowd by really just taking a genuine interest in others and trying to be a very positive influence in people's life and give people what they want, which is just a happy existence. Even in the business world, people want to enjoy what they're doing. So doing stuff like this is good. Now, here's a really good one. It's The next point 11 is dramatize your ideas. So as humans, one of the biggest challenges we have is communicating our ideas. We were taught from a young age, A, B, C, D, E, F, G in this country and in England, and a lot of the world speaks English. And that's just a way of communicating emotions and ideas. And ideas are abstract, and we've created these constructs, which are language. So what Carnegie is saying is to dramatize your ideas. That's why we come up with analogies like, I'm so tired. It's like, I can't come up with the analogy right on the spot. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm just gonna I'm gonna die, but I don't know. That's not a good analogy. But the point is when you create a very extreme example to prove a point, it allows people to make connections and understand what's going on. So Carnegie's recommending you dramatize your ideas to really make clear the message you're trying to send. So I'm going to try and come up with one real quick. So that if the message is that exercising will make you healthier, you can come up with the example that I used to be very obese, and then I got into the gym and I had no friends, and I got into the gym, and now 3 years later I'm in very good shape and I've never been happier. That's very dramatic to go from being obese and having no friends to being very fit and having lots of friends, to show people that there is value in exercise. Now I'm sorry, that's the first thing I could come up with. I always talk about the gym, but the point being is to convey an idea so people can really understand it. With the extremes, we'll show people if then, you can really see with an extreme example. If you go from never exercising at all to exercising all the time, it's a very extreme way to show that you'll be a lot healthier. Now, not the best, not the best episode, not the best examples, but that's okay. And the last point today, in the end of how to win people to your way of thinking, is throw down a challenge. And I do have something to say about this. So human beings are very strongly influenced by these chemicals that are secreted in our brain: serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, and the last one is dopamine. And dopamine's the one most people know about. Dopamine's the pleasure chemical. So when you it's meant for when we were hunting, we would see an apple tree, and then you get a hit of dopamine. And then as you run closer to the apple tree, you get another hit of dopamine because your body's telling you you're going to get that fruit. You're going to get that fruit. Then you get to the tree, another hit. So the idea is to keep motivating you again, because humans are motivated very strongly by positive feeling. So then you bite into the apple, and then a huge rush of dopamine comes in. You did it. You got the job done. So Carnegie's saying throw down a challenge, and that's him saying, that's hooking into that dopamine system and saying, if you do this, this is an amazing opportunity. If you do this, you will achieve greatness. If you start implementing positivity in your life, people will start being attracted to you. If you don't want to do this, I challenge you to just spend a whole week just talking to people and see what happens. I bet you can't talk to 20. I bet you can't be positive to 20 people and see something amazing happen. I don't know. I didn't do a too good job today on this episode. It's been a crazy week for me. I'm not going to lie. I'll be back with another episode. Next week is going to be a leader, how to change people without giving difference or arousing resentment. So that'll be next week's episode. Again, a little more back on throwing down a challenge. People love to be motivated by things. We're still animals. We still have that instinct to hunt and gather and contribute to the community. And throwing down a challenge, encouraging someone to jack into their natural instincts, their desire to grow and achieve things, is gonna encourage them to go out and do something. If you do it correctly, you don't want to throw down a challenge like be less of an idiot. You know what I mean? You want to do something like something that can get someone excited, like, I would love to try that. That could make me such a better version of myself. Whether they don't think about it in those kinds of words or they think about it in another way. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and decisions. Appeal to nobler motives. Dramatize your ideas so they can understand it, because it's hard to communicate. We want to make very outlandish examples so people understand what we're saying, and throw down a challenge. How to win friends and influence people, episode 6. Not the best one, but we'll be back next week to be better. So take it easy, everybody. Peace out.